Hello everyone. Today we have a review of this 2022 Honda Pilot Special Edition all-wheel drive. This will be a full video of this Honda Pilot. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it up. It comes with your typical new style Honda key. Actually newer style, they just came out with a new key style. You have lock, unlock, remote start, which I'll demonstrate momentarily, panic button, and your power tailgate opener. So all you have to do is press and hold the button and your tailgate will open. And to shut it, all you have to do is press and hold again. Then, to use the remote start feature, all you have to do is make sure it's locked, then press and hold the remote start button. And it'll start right up. And since this vehicle is equipped smart key, all you have to do is get inside, and then to start driving and activate the electronics inside, all you have to do is put your foot on the brake and press the engine start button, and that'll activate all the electronics in the car. This Pilot comes in Sonic Gray Pearl, just like the Passport I just reviewed. This vehicle does have smart key, so all you have to do is make sure your key is in your pocket somewhere on you. Then, to unlock it, just put your hand behind the door handle and it'll unlock. Then to lock it, just press the black button on the handle and it'll lock. That second beeping, so if I unlock it again, is a feature that's enabled where if you walk away, the car automatically locks itself if it doesn't detect the smart key. But we'll go ahead and step inside. And by the way, that feature is able to be disabled in your entertainment system. This has a black interior with padded doors, metal inserts, padding on the armrest, and plastic everywhere else. You also get metal on the dashboard, soft touch on the dashboard, and hard plastic everywhere else. So we'll go ahead, step in. And to start, all you have to do is make sure your key fob's inside the vehicle. And then just put your foot on the brake, press engine start stop button. Fires right up. This Pilot does have 11,044 miles. This Pilot has a 4-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel, very light power steering. Parking brake is located down here. You do get a 9-speed automatic transmission, which is selectable by the buttons in the center. Then you do get a backup camera without guidance lines. You can also change the viewing angles on the camera. So we'll go ahead and turn on the automatic lights, fog lights, and hazards. And we'll take a look at the outside. Automatic, fully automatic driver's side window. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the outside. The beeping is to indicate that the key has left the interior while the engine is running. I personally very much like the styling of these pilots. Your typical loud Honda cooling fan. These are 20-inch painted alloy wheels. But we'll go ahead and turn off the hazards and cut the lights back to auto and shut off the fog lights. And we'll go ahead and roll up the fully automatic driver's side window. And we'll go ahead and give it a few revs. This Pilot comes with Honda's J35Y6 3.5 liter V6 with 24 valve single overhead cam with IV Tech and VCM, making 280 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 262 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. It does have a rev limiter at around 5,500 RPM. But we'll go ahead and shut the door. To the left of the steering wheel, you do have your mirror controls, left and right, center's off. Your D-pad for controlling the mirror, Econ mode, which when depressed shows a green leaf and says Econ on. And then to turn it off, just press it again. You do have your forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and assist, I believe. I'll have to look in the manual, but I'll put it on screen. VSA off. Then you have your door handle with your memory seats, power door locks, window locks. So that's a fully automatic window. And then the back two are normal windows, they're not automatic down or up. Then down here you do get your fuel door release, tailgate release, tailgate opener actually because it's powered. Then down there you also have your hood release. To the left of the steering wheel you do have your turn signal and light stock. On the steering wheel itself, to the left side you have your controls for the center display and your gauge cluster. You have up, down, skip, and seek, volume control, back button, home button, answer call, hang up, and voice control, which only works if you have Bluetooth connected or Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Pressing home on the display will show all your apps. You have various apps you can go through. On the right side of the steering wheel, you do have your cruise control settings with lane keep assist. And on the steering column, you do have your tilt adjust. On the gauge cluster itself, to the left, you do have your engine temperature. Up top, you have your tachometer. Middle, you have your center display. Here you have which gear you're in. Here's your speed. Here's your odometer down here. Temperature is in the bottom left. Then you have your fuel on the right. To the right of the steering wheel you do have your wiper controls. Down here you do have your gauge dimmer. In the center you do have your infotainment system. You have phone settings, FM, Bluetooth audio, trip computer, Apple CarPlay, SMS messages, Sirius XM, USB, aux input, social playlists, AM, system updates, My Honda Music, clock, Honda Link, and Android Auto. And if you select this button down here, all apps, you can see all the apps that are in the car, including calculator. So I'm assuming this is Android because that looks like Android's calculator. But you can select which apps you also want to add to your home screen. And that's about it. Going into some of your things, I don't have my phone connected so it doesn't drain my battery while I'm recording, but we can just go into some of these settings real quick. I'm not going to go into everything. I could make a different video about that though. I guess I will now. FM just has FM. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Up top you do have your shortcuts, which is phone, FM, audio. Then it shows what source for your audio is. Where it says audio off, audio also shows the station and your volume. Then you have your clock. On the left you have your home button, back button, night and day mode, and also your manual brightness adjustment. Just select whichever you want. And then if you keep pressing the day and night mode button, you'll see over here it'll switch from day to night to off. Just press it again and it'll come back on. Then you have your volume knob and your audio power on and off. Below that you have your hazard button, your passenger airbag indicator. Then below that you have your climate controls, which is tri-zone, driver temperature, passenger temperature, sync modes, fan speed, AC, recirc air, on and off, auto, rear on and off, rear settings, which allows you to change the temperature in the rear, and your mode, and your fan speed, all separately. And you can also lock the rear, or whoever is actually in the back doesn't mess with the temperature. On the rear climate controls that is on the center console, you do get your temperature, auto, climate control on and off, mode, fan speed, and down here you get two 2.5 amp USB ports. You also have your front and rear defrosters with your mirror. Down here you have your heated seats for both the passenger and the driver. And you have this little space here. You have your wireless charger, 12-volt outlet, 2.5 amp charger, but this is the only port that connects to your car for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Then you have your gear selector. Then you also have your terrain select, auto start stop off, 2 cup holders. Then here in the center, you get a large center console. You get aux port and another 2.5 amp. This one does not connect to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. This is another 12-volt power outlet. Then you have this tray, and I do not know if it's removable or not, and I'm not going to find out. That's kind of gross because that's not ours. Up top, you do have your sun visor with lights and a mirror. Up top, you do have your sun visor with a mirror and lights in the mirror. Bruh. You get sunroof. You also get your sunglass compartment with a mirror to see the rear passengers. Then you also have your 2 dome lights, your sunroof controls, a little light at night to keep it from being completely dark in the interior, and your dome light controls. On the mirror, you have your home link controls and your day and night mode button. On the door, you also get storage. You get a middle tier and then you get the bottom. And you also have your handle grip in the door. Your driver's seat gets 8-way adjustable seats, forward, back, up, and down for the front part and the back part, tilt, and lumbar support. But that sums up the driver's area. We'll go ahead and check out the rest of the car. On the passenger side, you do get a 4-way adjustable seat, forward and back with tilt. You do get a pretty nicely sized glove box. On the door, you do get storage in the middle and on the bottom, just like the driver's side. This sun visor also has a mirror with lights. That sums up the passenger side. Not much going on here. Coming to the back seat of the Pilot, you do get a lot of room in the second row. Seats are at a nice height. Do get a center console that flips up and flips down. You do get a center console here in the middle, or actually it's just cup holders and armrest. There are your climate controls down there. Then on the door you have a little storage space and 2 massive cup holders, or massive for being in the door. Go ahead and shut the door. You also have a sun visor, which just hangs up like that. You get your power windows and your door handle. Both of the front seats do have mat pockets on the back. And there's also this little space here. I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to put there. Probably a phone or something. But it's a nice addition. You also get 2 dome lights here and 2 more for the third row. This seat here in the middle, actually both of them go forward and backward. This is to fold down the seat for storage, just like that. Then to get into the third row, all you have to do is push this button and it'll auto tilt and slide. You do get grab handles right here. And in the back seat of the Pilot, you get a good amount of leg room, though as you can see, my knees are all the way in the air. Like, I feel like I'm sitting on the floor. This is barely raised off the ground. I mean, they do that because you don't have any more room left up here. But aside from that, you do get 3 cup holders on each side, a little bit of an armrest, and then hooks. I think these are meant for cargo. And then here's a better look at your dome light arrangement. Then you have one more for the trunk. You also have your middle seat belt for the third row and your middle seat belt for the second row. And to get out of the third row, just press the button at the top of the seat and it'll do the same thing as the first button we saw. Then to put it back into place, just slide it all the way back and push the seat back up. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the trunk area. On the trunk, you do get special edition badging and all-wheel drive badging. You get your Pilot badge and your Honda logo. To open the trunk, just press the main button and it'll open. You also get your backup camera right here. Here you do get your grab handle, and then you also get your power tailgate close button and open actually. Back here you have a okay amount of room, I guess. I'm used to having a lot more though, because we have a Honda Odyssey and this is a lot less than that. But you do get trays on both sides. You also get, I don't even know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. I'll look it up. I'm not sure if I want to open it though, because it shows a gas tank with a filler neck. But you do get another 12-volt outlet. Then under these floor mats, you get a cargo tray, which is kind of like our Odyssey, just not nearly as deep. Then to fold down the third row, all you have to do is pull the strap. The headrest automatically folds down and the seat folds in. Same for the other side. Simple as that. And that gives you a lot more cargo room. Forgot to mention, in the third row you also get 2 vents. Then to put it back, just pull it back up and release the strap. Or actually, you pull it up, hold on to it, let go of the strap, and then just push it back. Then pull up your headrest, and that's it. Then there's also little Velcro tie downs, so that way your straps don't have to be loose. This one has a cover on it though. You get a hook for your grocery net if you have one, and then this is an insert for a cargo cover. And I'm going to manually shut this a little just to show you these buttons. Here you have your manual, or here you have your trunk opener button, but this button actually locks the entire vehicle with smart key. Then you also have your 2 license plate lights. On the driver's side on the rear, it is exactly the same as the passenger side. This is just the 60 part of the 60/40 bench. The 40 part being that single seat. Same applies for the third row. You got the 40, 40, and then the 60 on this side. That concludes this review of this 2022 Honda Pilot Special Edition all-wheel drive. Thank y'all so much for watching, and have a good day.